Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our Eagle Court of Honor. It is my pleasure to be here today serving as your Master of Ceremonies. I'm not quite sure why Chuck asked me to serve as MC. I don't really know any funny jokes, and I'm not good looking enough to be on television. The one thing I can do is follow a schedule and do what I'm told. So it's after 3 o'clock. I'm already nervous about not being on schedule. We'll try to keep us on schedule. So without further ado, I'd like to call on Varun Miryala to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Everyone, please rise. If you're in a uniform, please salute, and if you're not, put your hands over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. 2.
Thank you, Tarun. It is a privilege for all of us to be here this afternoon as we join our newest Eagles and their families in celebration of this historic event. Historic for lots of reasons, but chiefly as an acknowledgement of the significant accomplishment that the Eagle Scout rank requires. And first on our schedule will be to introduce our Eagle candidates, and the introducer will be introduced, and then they'll bring their Eagle Scout up. So first on our list is Kevin Leon, and introducing Kevin this afternoon is Tom Radford. Tom.
Hi, everybody. Yeah, I'm in trouble with you already. If Kevin Leon, would you come forward, please? Pardon me? Where's the honor guard? Oh. Kevin has asked me to introduce him. Kevin Leon, I've known Kevin Leon for a long time. Not as close as I'd love to have been, but involved with the boys. I'm on the committee and I don't get really directly involved with the boys much. What I do know is I have a good visibility of just about everything that goes on in the troop as far as activities go, program, things that happen at the meetings, and I watch the boys as they get more than tall. He's huge, he's enormous. He's at least, 7, 8 inches taller than me. The thing that you see in boys is the changes that happen. And Kevin has made more changes in his committee, in his character, than I have known in any other boy. He has developed into something that's extremely wholesome, extremely honorable, and he deserves to be an Eagle Scout. He's worked extremely hard. He's done a lot of great things that you can read about in your bulletin, in the program, as far as his leadership positions in Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts. He's been there for other people as well. A lot of people come up and they have funny anecdotes and things like that for the boys. Kevin has been a very serious scouter for his entire term here. He's had a plan and he's worked the plan, and I knew he was going to be an engineer from the day I met him. He's that kind of a boy. He's somebody that really likes to get into things, and he really likes to not to be recognized so much as to be fulfilled in his program, in the plans that he has for his life. He's going to, where are you going to school? Where? Purdue. Wow. Wish I could start my life over again. That would be great. I'd go with you. As far as what he's done here, he's got many, many merit badges, so much that he has a palm on his Eagle badge. He's been a wonderful scouter. He's stood upright with our wonderful Scoutmaster, Chuck Williams, and he's done a wonderful job here. I present you Kevin Leon.
Thank you, Tom. Among the, and over the years of Scouting's existence and the award of the Eagle, there have been the groups of Scouts, and among every 100 group of boys and girls that join Scouting, 12 will receive their first time religious contact, 5 will earn a religious emblem, 2 will enter the clergy, 18 will develop hobbies that last a lifetime, 8 will enter a career based on merit badge work, 17 will become Scout volunteers, 1 will use their Scouting skills to save the life of another person, 1 will use their Scouting skills to save their own life, 28 will continue lifelong hobbies started in Scouting, and 3 will attain the rank of Eagle. Think about that for a moment. Out of every 100 Scouts that join Scouting, 3 will attain the rank of Eagle. And here today we'll see 4. And to introduce our next Scout, I'd like to call on Mike Schultz. Mr. Schultz.
Thank you. As Mr. Pernick said, my name is Michael Schultz. I'm an associate advisor with the Venturing Crew 179. But back when I was an assistant scoutmaster with the troop, I met Varun when he came into Scouts the same year as my younger son, Matthew. And I didn't have much interaction with him in the first year, in his new Scout year, but I've worked quite a bit with him. He's been under kind of my guidance as an assistant scoutmaster for many years as a traditional scout, and then also when he moved up into the venturing program. As far as I recall, they've even been in the same patrol the entire time. I'm not sure if that's exactly correct, but it's close enough. And even if they hadn't, they've been great friends throughout the years. But if you know him, you know that Varun has always been a little bit reserved, at least on my exposure to him. I mean, I know he has a lot of other activities in lacrosse and whatnot, but he's always been reserved, but probably the kindest scout I've ever known. He's always helpful and eminently capable, which is evident in him earning the Eagle Scout. And in 2019, during the lead up to our Philmont backpacking expedition, I had the pleasure of meeting Srikanth, Varun's father, and the Philmont experience on itself can be a transformational one for anybody doing it. But I think both Varun and Sri were great assets on the trek, and both of their experiences were enhanced in being able to do that trek together. Over the last few years, I've gotten to know Varun's brother Tarun, both in the troop and through the North Farmington High School swim team. But all this is to say that Varun's scouting experience has been a family success, and congratulations to Varun on a well-deserved Eagle Scout award, and he serves as a beacon to all that will follow him. Sorry, Varun, please come up.
Thank you, Mike. You see before you, and will see before you, our newest Eagle Scouts, and you know that the rank itself requires significant effort on their part, but taken together, the number of Scouts that work on the Eagle Project annually commit through themselves and their assistants 9.1 million hours of effort annually spent on Eagle Scout projects. Think of that for a moment. Each individual Scout hoping to attain the rank of Eagle has to perform an Eagle project and do it successfully. And in that, collectively, 9.1 million hours spent each year. It's really kind of mind-boggling. And to introduce our next Eagle is Mr. Scott Waldron. Scott?
As Jason said, my name is Scott Waldron. I'm an assistant scoutmaster here at Troop 179. Yesterday, we celebrated Christmas. As many of you opened your presents and gifts yesterday, many of you got what you were thinking of what you were wishing. My greatest gift this year came earlier this week when an outstanding young man asked me to introduce him at his Eagle National Court of Honor. Honor Guard, could you please escort Davy Romine? Today, I have the pleasure and honor of introducing David. As many of you know, and he goes by Davy as well. I first met David at PAC 389 at a PAC meeting when I was first solicited with a golden ticket that my son had brought in. David was a couple years older than my son, and I attended at this PAC meeting, something called the PAC meeting, PAC 389, where I was quickly brought in as an assistant scoutmaster. And met David and his energetic curiosity as a bear, and remembered him very, very well from the very beginning. Our lives would continue to intersect many, many, many years throughout our lives here. David earned the Arrow of Light as a Cub Scout. Later on March 4th, 2014, he joined Troop 179. He had a variety of positions through the years, term as assistant patrol leader, 3 terms as a patrol leader, 1 term as assistant patrol leader, patrol scribe, den chief, troop guide, troop quartermaster, 1 term as an Order of Arrow representative, 2 terms as assistant senior patrol leader. As an assistant senior patrol leader, we had a camp out up at Camp Rotary, and I remember one particular event that had happened up at Camp Rotary. It had snowed a lot that day, and when we were leaving the parking lot, everybody needed to go left. Well, David, it was really snowing and turned right, and as we were leaving the camp, we were trying to see if everybody had left, and we were one of the last few people out. And it turns out David had gone to the right and gone farther and further down the trail to the point that his car was buried in snow. Art Maliso, myself, and Brian Budry found David and helped him turn it around. It was about 3 miles back where it was the longest pull the car. No, it was more like 300 yards deep into the snow that we had gone ahead and pulled out that vehicle. And I remember David, he was really a combination between upset and embarrassed and some other things. It was a lot of fun that day, but we all got it out and got it moving, got all in the same direction and went home. So it was a lot of fun. David served 2 full terms as a patrol leader plus some. David led us well at SPL at 2 summer camps. During that time, David had done something that nobody else had ever done, and that was due to COVID. COVID hit us, and through the trials and tribulations, David was through the efforts of Troop 179, Chuck, and others. We were the first to hold an online troop meeting in the state, and David was the first SPL to hold it. The day that we went where we could no longer meet, the next day, that was a Monday, the next Tuesday, that same week, we were live with a meeting in person and didn't stop meeting ever since. So it was fantastic. During that time, David figured out a variety of ways to keep us entertained and keep the different segments of our programs running through Troop 179. And he found a variety of entertaining ways, introduced a lot of us to Discord, a lot of things, do's and don'ts to do online. So again, phenomenal opportunity for all of us to learn from David. as we were doing that. Continuing on through summer, we learned when they closed our camps for summer, it didn't stop us. We went ahead and we continued to do camping religiously throughout the entire time, including so when, if everybody remembers, at the point in time that everybody was hoarding toilet paper and supplies and everything else like that when this first started out. Well, we knew that as well, that was happening, and of course, David led us in that same direction, especially when it came to toilet paper. David taught us the EDGE method on how to scoot up and down a field so we could effectively not have to use toilet paper. So it was pretty entertaining, because David can now say 20 years from now, we had no toilet paper during COVID, and we taught all the scouts how to use their front lawns to scoop up and down so they could save that toilet paper. So with all the restrictions and things like that, David continued to help us move forward to the point that he got us to yet another summer camp. So we had 2 summer camps that David took care of us for, so it was fantastic. David was elected to the Order of the Earl in 2016, became a Brotherhood member in 2017. He was at the Order of Earl Conference in 2018. He was a New Scout Leader of the Year in 2018. He was a Senior Patrol Leader at the 2019 World Scout Jamboree. He received the Vigil Honor in 2020. He was Troop Leader of the Year in 2020. He's camped over 158 nights in over 70 different camps. David also went on as a member of took NYLT and also served on a couple of our staffs, very integral on our staff to help us create program and a fantastic opportunity over 2 years that it took before we could actually run that course. On August 10th, 2021, David earned the rank of Eagle. It is my pleasure and honor once again to introduce you to Eagle Scout David Romine.
Thank you, Scott. We know, knowing Eagle Scouts, that in the micro, the individual, we know the kind of achievement that one scout putting their mind to it can accomplish. We see the results of this here. But if you look at scouts in the macro, Eagle Scouts in the macro, and in general, scouts and alumni of Boy Scouts, did you know that 70% of military graduates are Scout alumni? That 72% of Rhodes Scholars are Scout alumni? That 85% of FBI agents are Scout alumni? That 65% of college graduates are Scout alumni? That 65% of the members of the United States Congress are Scout alumni? That 71% of college football captains are Scout alumni? That 26 of the first 29 astronauts were Boy Scouts, and that 11 of the 12 men who walked on the moon were Boy Scouts. That's quite an accomplishment. We see it in the micro, we see it in the macro. To introduce our next Eagle Scout, it's my pleasure to call on Mr. Frank Silvagi. Frank.
Good afternoon. It's always an honor to have the opportunity to introduce someone in the Eagle Court of Honor. Today I get to introduce my daughter. Will the color guard please bring Susie Silvagi to the stage? So let me tell you a little bit about Susie's path to Eagle. It certainly is different from what we usually talk about in an Eagle Court of Honor. Susie was never a Cub Scout. She didn't earn the Arrow of Light, and she didn't cross over from Webelos to Boy Scouts when she was a Cub. Instead, Susie joined Girl Scouts as a daisy in kindergarten, and her mom was one of her leaders. She moved into Brownies, then junior, and by 9th grade, she was a cadet. Our house was always full of Girl Scout cookies. My niece is here, by the way, and she's got her order form if anybody wants Girl Scout cookies. There you go, Quinn. Her goal the entire time was clear. She wanted to reach the Girl Scout equivalent of an Eagle, which is called the Gold Award. Over the years, Susie watched her 3 brothers with their Cub Scout and Boy Scout activities. All 3 of her brothers started in scouting when they were first grade as Tiger Cubs. She watched her 2 older brothers receive their Eagles with this troop. She participated in many Cub Scout and Boy Scout family activities over the years, and she even has her own Pinewood Derby cars. And a trophy, too. There was a siblings race, and she actually won it. Somewhere in the 8th or 9th grade, I'm not exactly sure when, I had asked her if she wanted to join the troop as a venture. There were other girls in it. I told her that you can go camping and do other activities. She politely said, no, thank you, and she had 2 reasons. The first reason was she still wanted to get the Girl Scout Gold Award. And the second reason, in her own words, boys are weird. There, however, was someone in this troop that wouldn't take no for an answer. She was really pushing and hoping Susie would join. Every time she saw Susie, she would make it very clear that she wanted Susie to be a part of Troop 179. Oh, Connie, I didn't see you. Hello. Connie and I will be the first person to tell you that yes, boys are very weird, but she also told Susie that she would be with her the entire time. Connie's influence, along with the Boy Scouts announcing that girls could join and obtain Eagle, was enough for Susie. After 9 years in Girl Scouts, she dropped her pursuit of the Gold Award because she wanted to be an Eagle. So things had to move really fast. She had about 3 years left before she turned 18. She had to get through Scout, Tenderfoot, second class, first class, before she could even start working on the 21 merit badges to get Eagle. And she also had an Eagle project to squeeze in there as well. No problem, she said. She had 100% confidence the entire time. She got it done, but that wasn't all. During this time, she also held both vice president and president positions with the crew. She received the Venturing Leadership Award through the Venturing Officers Association. She was inducted into the OA and has completed both her Ordeal and Brotherhood. She participated in NYLT and is currently serving as the Ottawa chapter's Vice Chief of Administration. Susie loves scouting. She loves all of this. I am 100% confident that scouting will somehow be in her entire adult life. Okay, congratulations, Susie.
Thank you, Frank. Having heard now twice that boys are weird, all I can say is guilty as charged. Perhaps you may have heard of some of these weird boys who started out as weird boys and went on to accomplish certain other things. Perhaps you've heard of Gerald R. Ford, Michigan's own President of the United States. Perhaps you've heard of Steven Spielberg, famous film director and producer. Perhaps you've heard of Dr. Robert Gates, former Secretary of Defense under both Presidents Bush and Obama, and director of the Central Intelligence Agency. Perhaps you've heard of Mike Rowe, star of Dirty Jobs. Perhaps you've heard of Hank Aaron, member of the Baseball Hall of Fame. Perhaps you've heard of Steve Young, San Francisco 49ers quarterback. And perhaps you've heard of Neil Armstrong, astronaut, fighter pilot, veteran, and first man to walk on the moon. All of them started out as weird boys, and all of them became Eagle Scouts. And next on our agenda, excuse me, get my agenda. Next on our agenda is the Eagle Scout Investiture, and I'd like to call again on Tom Radford Troop 179, Order of the Arrow Advisor to give the investiture. Tom?
If only I could find it. It's lousy getting old. To become an Eagle Scout, you've been tested in every area of scouting throughout the ranks of Scout, Tenderfoot, Second Class, First Class, Star, Life, and now we're here at Eagle. You learn how to tie knots, you learn how to cook, you learn how to take care of yourself, you learn first aid, you learn how to camp, you learn how to get along with your others. The first class rank, you were ready for the next phase of scouting, learning leadership. And leadership was by merit badges, getting out and getting with people that you don't know a lot of times, and successfully completing leadership positions in the troop, and giving service to your community. After earning the Life Award, you'd been fully trained for the challenge that scouting had for you, the Eagle Scout requirements. Requirement 1 challenged you to remain active in scouting. Requirement 2 challenged you to continue to live by the principles of the Scout Oath and Law, and prove that you'd done that. You were required to obtain letters from individuals that recommended you based on the Scout Oath and Law for the Eagle Scout badge. Somebody that you knew personally. Requirement 3 challenged you to earn 21 merit badges, 11 of them required, and 10 electives. For each of these merit badges, you were required to select and meet with a counselor approved by the Boy Scouts Council Advancement Committee. Requirement 6 challenged you to reflect on your future life and write a statement of purpose that listed your ambitions and life purposes. You presented this plan to your Scoutmaster and he reviewed it with you to determine if you were fully ready to become an Eagle Scout. Upon completion of these requirements, you came to the final step of your scouting trail, the Board of Review. Your troop committee conducted this Board of Review with a representative from the Michigan Crossroads Council Advancement Committee in attendance. They reviewed all of your requirements to ensure that you have met every challenge from Scout to Eagle Scout. At the end of this Board of Review, the troop committee and the Michigan Crossroads Council had forwarded your application to the National Council of the Boy Scouts of America, requesting a review of your application for approval of you as an Eagle Scout. The President of the United States, the Chief Scout Executive of the Boy Scouts of America, signed your application of you, Kevin Leon, Varun Miryala, Davy Romine, and Susie Silvagi, officially making you Eagle Scouts. My congratulations to you.
Thank you, Tom. Next on our agenda is the charge to the Eagle, and to charge our new Eagles, I'd like to call again on Scott Waldron, Eagle Scout and Troop 179 Assistant Scoutmaster. Scott.
Kevin, Varun, Davy, Susie, if you wouldn't mind standing and step forward. I could have all the Eagle Scouts present in the audience to please come down as well as we present our charge, please. All come forward. It's awesome, half our audience is Eagle Scouts. We knew you guys would come. Wow, it's quite a clutch of Eagles we have. Today, I have the honor to give you the Eagle Scout charge on the occasion of your elevation to the highest award in Scouting. The Scouts of all nations constitute one of the most wholesome and significant movements in the world's history. You have been judged by the Boy Scouts of America as being worthy of this honor. All who know you rejoice in your achievement. Your position, as you well know, is one of honor and responsibility. You are a marked person, As an Eagle Scout, you have assumed a solemn obligation to your duty to God, to your country, and to your fellow Scouts, and to mankind in general. This is a great undertaking. As you live up to your obligations, you bring honor to yourself and to your brother Scouts. America has had many good things to give you and your children after you, but these good things depend, for the most part, on the quality of her citizens. Our country has made a great past. You can help make a future even greater. I charge you to undertake your citizenship with a solemn dedication. Be a leader, but lead only towards the best. Lift up every task you do and every office you hold to the highest level of service to God and to your fellow man. So live and serve, that those who know you will be inspired to have finer living. We have too many who use their strength and their brains to exploit others and to gain selfish ends. I charge you to be among those who dedicate their skills and ability to the common good. Build America on the solid foundation of clean living, honest work, unselfish citizenship, and reverence for God. And whatever others may do, you will leave behind you a record of which every Scout may be justly proud. Scouts, you'll rededicate yourself by repeating the Scout oath. Repeat it slowly as you understand before your fellow Scouts. Resolve to uphold forever its principles with the same ambition and perseverance that have brought you this far. Right hand salute. Sign, sorry. On my honor. Two. Your conduct along the trail has been excellent. You have rededicated yourself to the principles of scouting. But one more thing is important, your future. As an Eagle Scout, you'll become a guide to other Scouts. You'll become an example in your community. Remember that your actions are now a little more conspicuous and people will expect more of you. To falter in your responsibility would reflect not only on you, but also on your fellow Eagles and all of Scouting. The torch you carry is not only yours, but it is ours also. Go ahead and shake their hands. Go ahead. Susie, just go around. Thank you, fellow Eagles. You may return to your seats. New Eagles, please be seated.
Thank you, Scott. Next on our agenda is the presentation of the Eagle Rank. And to present the Eagle Rank this afternoon, and as always, our Scoutmaster, Mr. Chuck Williams.
Well, this is payday for us Scoutmasters. We get to, we've seen these fine young people grow up from little kids, in most cases, maybe not in Susie's, but to big responsible adults that are off in college and doing the things that are the most exciting in the world, being a citizen and making it happen. I'd like to start off the presentation with a quick presentation that the troop has to each of our Eagles, and I ask Eagle Scout Mike Schultz to come forth and take care of that.
as I mentioned previously, my name is Michael Schultz. I'm an associate advisor with the Venturing Crew 179. But I have the privilege of presenting a special item of recognition that is exclusively for Eagle Scouts of Troop 179. There are no other troops that do this. But you may know that a highly prized trophy for those scouts and adults that complete a high adventure backpacking trek at the Philmont Scout Ranch in Cimarron, New Mexico, is a classic Philmont bronze belt buckle. It kind of looks like that. And for the troops' 50th anniversary, boy, I don't know, what was that, 2016 now? 5 years ago already. We commissioned custom belt buckles from Norman Cutliff, who's the same New Mexico Eagle Scout that makes the official Philmont buckles for them. And like the traditional Philmont buckles, the official troop buckle has a bronze finish, and anyone can buy it. They're available for sale from me. Very nice looking. But the hierarchy of medal colors in Boy Scouts, unlike the Olympic Games, the order of hierarchy is that the bronze and then gold and then silver is the most honored medal color, and that's why the Eagle Scout medallion is a silver color. And so in this tradition, we made a special run of troop buckles with a pewter silver finish that's exclusively for scouts in this troop that have earned the Eagle Scout or the Venturing Summit Award. And so part of that, this program was envisioned to be self-funded using no troop funds, where the sale of the bronze buckles to scouts and other family members would pay for these that are given freely to the Eagle Scouts. But these are not exclusively uniform items, but a highly fashionable thing you can wear anytime, accessory you can wear anytime. But with that in mind, I would ask that you consider buying a bronze buckle to enable the continuation of this worthwhile program. More recently, the man who made the buckles, Mr. Norman Cutliff, he actually donated some buckles because he appreciated the program so much, so that was a help out for us. But today I present a silver buckle to each of the new Eagle Scouts with the intent that they wear it proudly for the rest of their life. And each buckle is stamped on the backside with a sequential number indicating which number Eagle Scout in the troop they are. Number 234 for Susie Silvagi, 239 for Kevin Leon, 241 for David Romine, and 243 for Varun Miryala. So, Susie? And Kevin, number 239. And Davy at 241. And Varun, number 243. He's our most recent, right? The most recent one? Yeah. Oh. 2 weeks ago. Well, too bad. You're not the most recent one anymore, but congratulations.
Actually, our most recent Eagle Scout is sitting over here and is waiting for his court of honor to happen, Alex Jiang. So congratulations, Alex. So it's time to present the awards. I'm going to ask Eagle Scout Michael Schultz and Eagle Scout Scott Waldron to give me a hand with this. And what are we starting with? Susie. So Susie, could you please stand in the center, and could her parents come forward and stand with her? You want your brothers too? Your brothers can come up too. Come on up. It's a family thing. I mean, they got 3 eagles now, and maybe they'll have a 4th one coming up soon, and it's pretty impressive. All right. You guys want to go ahead and do that? We usually do mom first. Ladies first. The Boy Scouts of America is proud to award the rank of Eagle Scout to Susan Christina Silvagi of Crew 179, Farmington Hills, Michigan, in recognition of successful completion of all requirements for Scouting's highest rank. Thank you so much. Susan Silvagi. Davy, could you please step forward? And could your parents and brothers or whoever would like to come up? That would be great. I'm sure. The Boy Scouts of America is proud to award the rank of Eagle Scout to David Lawrence Romein, Troop 179, Farmington Hills, Michigan, in recognition of successfully completing all requirements for Scouting's highest rank. Dismissed. Kevin, can you step forward? And can we have the Leon family join us up here? The Boy Scouts of America is proud to award the rank of Eagle Scout to Kevin Joseph Leon of Troop 179, Farmington Hills, Michigan, in recognition of successful completion of all requirements for Scouting's highest rank. Well, that leaves one left. Varun, please come forward with your parents at this time. Nice. The Boy Scouts of America is proud to award the rank of Eagle Scout to Varun Miryala of Troop 179, Farmington Hills, Michigan, in recognition of successful completion of all requirements for Scouting's highest rank. All right, guys, could you come forward and please stand in the center? Because I have the honor of introducing 4 of 179's newest Eagle Scouts. Let's give them a hand.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you'd be seated again, please. Thank you, Chuck. In my role as advancement chair, I from time to time am honored to serve on the various courts of honor that we have, and we start out with the smallest of scouts up to the smallest of scouts. And at the courts of honor, we listen to them and ask them what they like about scouting, and sometimes we hear what they don't like about scouting. But by and large, what they have to say is enthusiastic and affirming, and they talk about how much they enjoy the program in general and our program in particular. And as the scouts get older at the courts of honor, at the boards of review, it's even more interesting because they gain with maturity the ability to be introspective and to talk about their understanding of the world and their place in it. And it's something that I've always really enjoyed, is watching scouts start from the smallest of scouts and end up being the tallest of scouts, both figuratively and literally. And among the most impressive opportunities is when I am called to serve upon Eagle boards of review, because then oftentimes for the first time it's an opportunity for the Eagle Scout candidates to talk to adults on a more or less equal footing. And it's always fascinating for me, and I know for the other members of the board, to be able to sit and speak with scouts on the verge of adulthood, on the verge of this tremendous accomplishment, and listen to what they have to say. And this will be another opportunity for us to listen to young men and a young woman on the verge of whatever wonderful thing they're going to do next, and hear what their plans are. I don't know how they feel about this opportunity, but for me and for us, it's another great opportunity to listen to what they have to say. And so for their opportunity to present comments from our new Eagle Scouts, I'd like to call upon Eagle Scout Kevin Leon for his comments. Mr. Leon.
Hello, my name is Kevin Leon. First, I'd like to thank everyone who put on this event. This cannot happen without you, and I solemnly appreciate it. As I look upon my scouting journey, I can confidently attest that it was not all my doing, but rather with immense help from influential people around me. As I was a Cub Scout over 2 packs over the years, the leaders and fellow scouts helped impact the foundation of my scouting career. The memories I made, such as racing my Pinewood Derby car to the rendezvous campout, those special moments will never be forgotten. When I first made my way into Troop 179, I noticed, one of the first things I noticed was a welcomeness from this community of scouts and the entirety of the troop. I felt that I found a home within the troop and an immense opportunity within the troop that cannot be overlooked. From the time within my troop, I was a new scout, traditional, and venture. I made countless friends, memories, and meaningful relationships. I cannot express my gratitude to those who have made my journey special to me. Sincerely, thank you. I could not have accomplished the rank of Eagle Scout without my loving family of my mother, father, and brother, the constant support and help with almost everything. My mother was my main support throughout this journey. My father was always keeping me in check to accomplish what I aimed for and being involved throughout the years. My brother Andrew has been through the program with me since we were Cub Scouts and when we were in Troop 179 together. We have been through similar experiences, whether it was from hardships to exciting times. There was always someone I could look up to for myself and achieve what I wanted to do. Thank you to my mother, father, and brother for being there for everything. Lastly, I would like to congratulate the other Eagle Scouts today who should be recognized for their accomplishments and their hard work, which have led them to the rank of Eagle. As I go into a new chapter in my life, the morals and values I have learned throughout the years of scouting will continue throughout my life. One thing I would like to address for all the other scouts here today is to keep on this journey in scouting. It has made my life better, and I'm sure it will make yours too. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Next, I'd like to call on Eagle Scout Varun Miryala for his comments. Mr. Mariala.
All right, well, I'm going to keep this short because I'm not much of a speaker, but when I first came here, I wasn't exactly sure as to why I was here, and I didn't really have any goals or ambitions. I mean, I was only, like 20 or 11 when I joined, but, you know, as I stand up here and look upon everyone and reflect on the journey that I've done to stand here, I've realized that, you know, it has been a worthwhile experience. The many things that I've learned, the people that I've met, it has truly been one of the best things that has ever happened to me. And I'd like to thank everyone here for coming and for supporting me, and for my family, my loving mother and father to be here, and also Tarun for being there. But yeah, no, this has truly been a blessing for me, and thank you all for this opportunity. Thank you, Chuck, and yeah, no, that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Varun. Tarun, I'm sure he meant that in the nicest possible way. Next on our list of Eagle Scouts and their comments, Mr. David Romine, Eagle Scout David Romine.
Oh boy, do I have a lot to say. Give me a moment as I pull up my speech. Firstly, I want to thank everyone for coming today. Glad we could all make it. Everybody watching online, hi. I want to start with a few special thank yous. Firstly, I want to thank, on behalf of Troop 179, I want to thank my mom for putting on like all of the Eagle Scout Court of Honors for the past 84 billion years. So everybody give a round of applause to my mom. This is hopefully the last one she has to do. Hopefully. Few other special thank yous. Thank you to Chuck and all the other adults, the adult advisors in 179. He really changed me as a person, and I'm eternally grateful for that. Another special thank you I would like to make is to all the people who came out to my Eagle Scout project. If you didn't hear about my whole Eagle Scout thing, I had to redo the entire thing, start to finish, about 3 weeks before my 18th birthday, which is not something you want to have happen to you. So the day after prom, up until about the Monday after, so about 5 days, me and my buddies put in 150 service hours into building 2 retaining walls up at Heritage Park, just on the street. So if you came to my Eagle project for any amount of time, I want you to stand so we can thank you. So, you guys, yeah. I want to give, on this topic, a very special thank you to my friend Luke here. Luke, if you could stand. When I say my Eagle Scout project couldn't have happened without him and my 2 other friends who sadly couldn't make it today, I 100% mean it. Over that weekend, Luke Schroeder alone put in 18 hours of service, and the 3 guys total, Luke Schroeder, Aiden Imhoff, and Anand Aswick, all put in over 50 service hours over the course of 1 weekend, which is insane. So let's give them a round of applause. It was hard getting them out of their man caves from playing Xbox all day, so it was really important to me. And now it's time for, I think Charles recognizes this, it's one of his favorite times. It's story time with Davy. Hopefully it's one of the last. So when I started out as a new scout, I wasn't the strongest, I wasn't the smartest, the loudest, I was probably close. I wasn't the best leader, didn't have many great qualities. But, you know, I was short, scrawny, cried easily. The short part got fixed, the rest of it, we're working on it. But I guess the main point I want to get across is we all get there someday. Whatever we do, we follow the Scout Oath and Law, we'll make it someday. I mean, I see all the Eagle Scout faces from around this room, all the different journeys they've had, from going from lodge chiefs to people who just got Eagle Scout, and that was their major scouting thing. We all come from different places, different backgrounds, and we're all united under this banner because we follow the Scout Oath and Law, and that's what's the most important. So be true to yourself, be yourself, wear nail polish if you want, I guess, dye your hair the night before prom, because as long as you're following the Scout Oath and Law, you'll get there. Thank you.
Thank you, David. And next, Eagle Scout Susie Silvagi.
Okay, like David, I have a lot to say too, and I did want to give out my 4 mentor pins, so I'm sorry, but this is going to take a bit. So first I wanted to thank everybody who came here today, especially with it being the day after Christmas. Thank you all, and everybody Congratulations to you guys. Okay, so I'm going to start off today by saying that my record for writing a good quality college essay is 2 hours, and that is probably close to when it was actually due. With that being said, I wrote this last night. So a while ago, because I got Eagle in early February, so a while ago, some people sent me some Eagle Scout 2021 inaugural class stuff. It was on my table. I got a neckerchief and some other stuff. But they also sent me this card that says Eternal Flight on the front and has a little poem on the back. The poem is by Rick Braga, who is an Eagle Scout, and he got it in 1961. And I thought it was a really great poem, both for people who are going to get Eagle Scout, us new Eagle Scouts, and people who have had Eagle Scout for a while, so I wanted to read that. It's kind of long and the text is very small, so bear with me. The eagle rank, the mountaintop, the pinnacle, some say, and yet it's so much more than that. In living every day, you stand upon that lofty perch in recognition's light, an honor granted very few and one of such great height. But pause only briefly, for the path has just begun, and you will find more trails to hike before your set of sun. So when you've finished looking down, look upon what you will see, what the future has to hold, and all that you can be. That pinnacle is a symbol now of your journey on through time. There are many more accomplishments and peaks you've yet to climb. Your growth is in the challenge, and the path is steep and tough, but one thing should ring clearly: reaching Eagle is not enough. The trail ahead is scattered with adventures of the years, and you will see your share of all, the joys and fears and tears. Use the skills you've been taught and lessons you have learned. For those blessed with talent, much is expected in return. And when life's bumps and bruises are giving you a test, remember that silver bird was pinned upon your chest. It plainly says to one and all who have faced a quest that you will have no equal, you are the best of the best. For though you travel near or far, in thrill or calm or strife, you are up to any challenge, you're an Eagle Scout for life. Okay, so again, that was Rick Braga. You guys, I can bring it back out there if you guys want to take a picture. It's really nice. So now on to my mentor pins. Again, I have 4, and they all kind of come with a story. So the first 2 kind of go together. Like my dad mentioned, in 2016 it was, my dad wanted me to go visit Crew 179 for a meeting and see how I liked it. At the time I was in Girl Scouts, and of course I wanted to be a Boy Scout, but it didn't seem worth it because at the time I couldn't earn Eagle and I'd be around a bunch of boys. So I went to the meeting, and I don't remember it very well, but I don't remember liking it very much. So now skipping to late February of 2018, my little brother Frankie was working on his swimming and life-saving merit badge in this merit badge kind of event we have every year. So my dad was telling me to go in one day to help because I was on the swim team. So he was pushing me to go in and help with the kids who were trying to earn the swimming merit badge. So I went because I like swimming. And then the very first time we went in, I got cornered by Connie and my dad. So like my dad said, with Connie's persistence, Connie came over and introduced herself to me and started promoting joining the crew. I'd be with the crew, and soon I'd be able to earn my Eagle Scout if I wanted to. And obviously my dad was like, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you should go to a meeting and see how it is. And at that point, I was really just trying to politely say no. And then they got this grand idea of saying, just try one meeting. If you don't like it after that, you don't have to join. Just try one meeting. They kept pushing and pushing. So I said yes. And the very first meeting I walked into, it was March of 2018. I had just walked in the door, and Connie walks down those stairs in there and hands me a uniform on a hanger. And she says, "Here, this should fit you." And Connie, that's the uniform I'm wearing today. It does fit. So I wanted to give my first 2 mentor pins to Connie and my dad for their scheming together and getting me into Scouts. If you guys want to come up. Okay, so the next one is going to go to Chuck. So my dad said in his speech about me that I was 100% in to get Eagle the whole time, which isn't true. So there was one point, I think I was vice president at the time, and it was one Sunday on a Games Fest camp out. I see Connie and Chuck in the corner typing away on his laptop. And I'm playing a game with my friends. It's Games Fest, so I don't think anything of it. And all of a sudden, I get called over, like I'm getting called to the principal's office. And Chuck just asked me a simple question, like, how many campouts have you been on, or if I went on a certain campout. So at the time, I was thinking, well, around that time, it was more of like, okay, I probably won't be able to reach Eagle. It's a lot for me to do before my 18th birthday, too. And all while I was thinking, maybe I should just stop and just have fun with it instead of pushing and pushing just to not get Eagle. While I was thinking that, Connie was scheming some more, and Chuck was laying out this exact plan of how much time I had, what I already had, what I needed to do, and when exactly I needed to do it. So Chuck, I would like to give you my 3rd mentor pin for keeping me going. He also believes in literally everybody in this troop, whether you're like the rowdy kid and you just joined New Scouts, he believes that you will make it to Eagle one day. Very appreciative. Okay, so next there's this one adult in our troop who I feel is incredibly underrated. Not only do I get excited when I see his Lamborghini in the parking lot because I get to see his kids who are amazing, but also because I know he'll make it fun whatever event we're at. So if Lamborghini wasn't a good enough clue, my final mentor pin is going to Scott Waldron. There's way many more reasons why he's getting this mentor pin than I'd be able to say to everybody today, but he's incredibly underrated. He's hilarious. He makes everything more fun, whether it's already a fun camp out or not. And even at the end of my NYLT with Nicole, I had already wanted to staff, and he was just that final kicker of, you have to staff. This is amazing, and you're going to be amazing with it. So I wanted to thank you. Okay, that's all I have today. Thank you.
Thank you, Susie. I have to say that usually when we hear about hijinks, like the things that Frank and Connie and Chuck got up to in the law, we usually refer to that as a conspiracy. Come and see me later if you have questions about that. Thank you very much, to all Eagle Scouts, Kevin, Varun, David, and Susie. As I said, it's always a fascinating opportunity for us adults to listen to other young adults and what their hopes and dreams are. And with that, just a couple of housekeeping matters left. I know that Mary Romein and some of the others have refreshments for us in the hall. When we're done here, if you take the opportunity to look at the displays and join us in the fellowship hall, please. And a thank you to Art Malisow for his technical wizardry. You should have seen him look up just like that. Who, me? No. Art, by the way, another fellow member of the bar, he can tell you about conspiracies as well. All of the best. And any final matters, Chuck? Yeah, very good. I'd like to call on our senior patrol leader, Mr. Daniel Witzel. Mr. Witzel.
Scouts, please stand. And now, may the great master of all scouts be with us till we meet again. Court of Honor dismissed.